In this video, I'm going to focus more on how to become fluent in Korean specifically when you're not an Asian person. So if you're Chinese or Japanese, go away. I don't even want to see you in my comments. This video is not for you because especially East Asian people, they already have common things in their languages. European languages all had influences from Latin. In a similar way, Asian languages all have influences from Chinese characters. Of course, they have more history together, so they have more things in common. So the first thing you should understand as a non-Asian person, you know nothing about Korean. When I say you know nothing, you're a toddler. You know nothing. Your brain is empty. It's not like if you're an English speaker learning Spanish. It's not as if you were like a French person learning Italian. This is not the case. It's almost two different tasks. It's really not comparable because on one hand, you're basically learning a slightly different version of your native language. On the other hand, you're learning an alien language that could have basically come from another planet. It would have been the same difficulty because there is nothing, no overlapping vocabulary, no overlapping grammar structure. When there is overlapping vocabulary, it is butchered English words, Konglish, but it's not that many. Of course, at the beginning, you're going to try to use all the Konglish words that you can, but the more you go in difficulty, the more you realize like Konglish is not going to help you. You have to learn all the hard words in Korean. You will have to learn those. First thing is learning the alphabet, right? Hangul. Funny thing is like Kim Sejong, the king who made the alphabet, he said that a very smart man would learn the alphabet within one morning and a very dumb person would learn the alphabet within 10 days. When I learned that quote and then it took me 10 days to learn Hangul, I was like, oh well, I'm a dumbass. But the thing is, like when Kim Sejong was speaking, he was speaking for Korean people because at the time, poor Korean people, like the working class, they were not even writing anything, right? Not educated. And then noble people, they would write Korean using Chinese characters. Chinese characters are really not suitable for Korean language. Korean noble people would take Chinese characters and kind of change them a little bit to go well with Korean language. So it was a very complicated system. Kim Sejong introduced Hangul. He was talking to Korean people when he said, oh, it would take you one morning if you're smart to learn Hangul. He was talking to Korean people who would already be speaking Korean. They just didn't know how to write Hangul. So it's very different because Korean people, they know every vocabulary there is to know. They know every grammar structure there is to know. They know every pronunciation. They know how to speak their language, right? So it is completely different to learn Hangul as a Korean native person than it is to learn a Hangul as someone who has no understanding of the language, especially because usually foreigners learn Hangul before they can even speak Korean, right? It is really difficult. To learn Hangul, you're not just learning an alphabet, you're learning all the sounds and the new sounds that come with the language. There are a lot of different sounds in Korean that you will not find in European languages, like all the different k, like k, like t, t, all the sounds that are very unique. Don't feel bad if it takes you even a month to learn Hangul. I think it is much better to take even like hell 2 months to learn Hangul if you learn it properly, and then every time you read a word, you read it with a perfect pronunciation, then it's really good. Because some people will rush into learning Hangul thinking it's kind of like the Latin alphabets, and then they will never learn properly, and then after a few years of learning, they will realize they're still pronouncing a lot of words in a really bad way. But I would advise you to just take your time, learn Hangul and pronunciation rules really well, then it will be a solid foundation for your learning experience.